same way with when we were talking about previously with music and even movies and videos and stuff. It is like there's still a human element that I don't think computers can ever really create, because it's like everything is based on consuming and taking the work that's already existent and then molding it and shifting it into sound and how it is that you want it to be. But it can't create something from scratch. It can't.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a brain and a creative mind to say, hey, I wonder if I do this, or if I just seen the video where this guy was cooking up beats in his kitchen and he had a trombone and he just did some random notes with the trombone and then it split and then he cut it in with the beats and stuff and it sounded dope as hell.
I thought
And it's
that
like
video.
and I'm like, is a robot gonna just randomly let me just play with this trombone real quick and see if I can tweak the sound and come up with this, and then not something that's already been pre-recorded or pre-made somewhere and pitch it, create something brand new.
Well, I mean, as far as like when you say something like that, as far as I'm concerned, it's just me personally. I look at AI as being a tool. And if we go as a movie, a music aspect of it, I see it no different than it just being a tool like Fruity Loops or Pro Tools or something like that you can input information and get that same result. Do I think that AI has the ability to create something just based off of its imagine? Well, that's kind of hard to say, because like right now, when you use AI in anything, whether it's a text to image, or if you go to Suno and ask it to create a song, you can give it a prompt as to where you have an idea, but the AI is creating everything else. And that's where I guess the conflict lies. It's like, so where's AI creating this prompt from? You're giving it an idea, no different if I were to give, say, Quincy Jones an idea, even though he's not with us anymore, but as an example. Or if I use Dr. Dre and say, hey, Dr. Dre, could you make up this beat for me that sounds like clack, clack, clack? Dr. Dre is going to produce that, true enough. It has that human element, true enough. But can AI duplicate that same beat that Dr. Dre did? Pretty sure it can. And answer, because it's going to pull everything that you just gave it from every angle and every aspect of music that it has the ability to reach out to. And as great as Dr. Dre is at making beats, I'm pretty sure the nigga can't go over 300,000 or 300 million files in a matter of seconds and then come back and be like, hey, I got this.
But that's the thing, he doesn't need to, because he can come up with it on his own, in his own brain.
Yeah, he could. But I'm saying if I were to go to Dr. Dre and ask him for a beat, and be like, hey, Dr. Dre. Now, if you just expecting AI just to sit there and come up with music about something, then maybe not.
But yeah, but if you go to Dr. Dre and ask him, hey, can you make me a beat that sound like this? I'm pretty sure Dr. Dre gonna come back with something that blows your mind and be like, man, I didn't even have any, that was way more than I even expected. Versus putting it into a program, it's gonna spit out exactly what you tell it to spit out.
Oh, I don't know. Have you played with Suno and any of these apps that produce
and it's a little bit. It's a little bit like a mind fog, some of the shit. But I still, based upon what I said previously, I think they're going to regulate it. I think if you're a musician or an artist or whatever, and you get your music or your soundtrack from AI, you probably can't make money off of it. It has to be authentic, because every producer, they always have a blueprint of how they got to that beat from the beginning, where it started. AI just pulling up some shit, and then I think once they get regulated, it's going to kill the AI market. I think that's what the bubble everybody's talking about. The AI market bubble is going to pop, and it's going to be like.
So if you to go into AI, and there are a couple of sites and apps that you can go to, Suno being one of them. It's like now you don't have to have any musical talent. All you have to do is have an idea and have an idea how you want something to sound, and you can go to AI and be like, I got this beat. You can hum it out like, and then go to Suno and be like, put that in trumpet form, and it'll play it in trumpet form. Put it in piano form, put it in piano form, and it'll be tweaked for already You got it mastered, ready to go right then and there. And I don't know if you ever spent time in the studio, but to sit there and watch them dudes go through making sure that all the levels and everything is proper to mix down and master just one track, nigga, that could take days.
But they're using
That's
AI too now, right?
That's art,
Yeah, they
though,
are,
man.
but
it's something artistic about that, and
Yeah, it's
and
nice.
boy, dare I say, magical about watching somebody actually sit there and do something like that.
Yeah,
versus
but if
typing
the-
some words into a chat box. And,
Yeah,
and
now that
spitting
part
out.
is magical, but at the same time, it's like you're still coming up with if not the same results, better results. Because there are groups now that are on the top 40 that they were having an argument. I forgot what the name of the group. It was Velvet something, but they didn't even know if this group was AI or not. They had hit the top 40. And everybody had this big, conspiracy. Oh, this group isn't real and blah, blah, this and blah, blah. But it already made the top 40. It was already making money. Come to find out it was AI. So people didn't even know.
But
So
who was
it's like
making the money though? Who was getting the profit?
the person that created it, the person
I
that
see
did
what
all
you're
the
saying.
prompting and set it up. And it's a black girl out there now. She did the same thing.
Yeah,
and
I've been hearing about her.
Yeah, she came out with a banger. And it was like one of them songs that make you cry. But I was like, okay, is that any different? I was like, before I knew it was AI, I was listening to the lyrics to it, was like, damn, that's a strong ass song. And then come to find out it wasn't even a real person singing it. I'm like, so how do you know?
But then
Well, she still wrote the lyrics though.
She wrote the lyrics, but she didn't sing it. She
Yeah.
didn't come up with the beats or none of that. I was
Yeah.
like, but how is that any different now?
And then you do
I don't
take
know.
that human element out of it, but then you know